Hey everyone, hope you're doing well and thanks for joining me for mission 6. The time requirement for this mission is 3.5 minutes and the orb requirement is 250. I know I said in the last video that mission 5 was the shortest ever, but this has to be a close second. I completely forgot how short it was when you actually know where you're going. Your first fight is against 3 plasmas. You only really have one option against them, which is to use Ifrit. The game files themselves tell you that Alistair is ineffective against them, and that's certainly the case. Not only does Alistair do pitiful damage against them even when you're DT'd, but it has basically no counter for the splitting ability. You're basically guaranteeing yourselves the plasmas themselves will DT if you go in with Alistair against them. Using Devil Sword Sparda isn't much better, since although you do more damage, Sparda's standard kit also doesn't have a reliable way of dealing with multiple plasmas, or airborne ones. Ifrit does the best damage, and can kill them all at once with Inferno. If you haven't figured it out by now, Inferno is basically like your Devil Trigger explosion equivalent from DMC3, a one-size-fits-all solution for the most part. There's very few enemies that Inferno isn't your best option against. DT Kick 13 and Meteor aren't bad either, but there's still no reason to use them unless the plasmas aren't clumped together for an Inferno blast. You can choose to fight these plasmas for some extra orbs, but you really don't have to. The previous encounter shouldn't really have taken long at all, but in case it did, then just run straight past these ones. Finally, you have another encounter with the Death Scissors. I've gone over how to fight these guys in mission 4, so this one shouldn't be intimidating. I will mention a few things about how this fight is a little different though. For starters, the arena is bigger and the camera is in a slightly better position. At least it won't change much mid-fight like before. Unfortunately, the lighting and colors means it's still a little tricky to actually see the Death Scissors themselves, and it doesn't help with seeing where he's going to dive bomb from either. But the simple fact that you have more space should help with dodging. I'm sounding like a broken record here, but Inferno is again your win button. It's basically guaranteed to hit unless the scissors is hovering on the ceiling, and you have ample opportunity to kill him before he DTs. There's a trick with Inferno which I should have mentioned way before. If you cancel the DT as the move lands, you'll actually gain some DT runes back, since the move hits multiple times. I'm not sure if the non-DT version does less damage, but it's certainly worth it either way. There's a similar trick with getting your uppercut to come out with Ifrit. Since Meteor and the uppercut share the same input, normally you can't uppercut whilst you're in DT. But if you start charging the uppercut first, then activate DT just before you release it, you'll actually get a DT'd version of the Magma Drive. Kick 13, however, is too fast to cancel into DT. And that's it for mission 6. Thanks for watching guys, and I hope to see you next time for mission 7. Take care.